As soon as the man put down a piece of cake, a bee flew over, eager to steal a bite. The man waved his hand, trying to shoo it out of the room, but the bee refused to leave. The moment he turned around, a $10,000 wooden carving was knocked to the ground, and the head of the little wooden carved figure broke off. The man was in a panic because he was just a butler. He quickly fetched some super glue and attempted to stick the head of the wooden carved figure back on. To make the glue dry faster, he got a hairdryer. But the wind was too strong, and it blew the head of the figure clean off. To make matters worse, the puppy snatched the head up in its mouth. He rushed over and started struggling with the puppy for the wooden head. With the man's pleading, the puppy finally let go, and he managed to repair the wooden carving successfully. Feeling a bit hungry, he took out a pot and placed it on the gas stove. The instruction manual for the smart home was right beside it, but he turned on the wrong burner, and the flame was right under the manual. Just then, that bee flew back again. Seeing the bee on the tabletop, the man covered it with a cup. However, the bee managed to move the cup and soon escaped once more. To get revenge on the man, it lured the dog into the library. As soon as the dog entered, the door locked. The dog and the bee engaged in a fierce battle in the room, and the valuable items in the room were being damaged. The man wanted to enter the room but didn't know the password. He went to get the password manual, only to find it already on fire. He quickly threw the burning manual into the sink, but no matter how much he waved his hand, the smart water pipe didn't dispense any water. He had to bring a bottle of water to put out the fire. Unfortunately, the manual was already badly burned. He entered the password several times, but all attempts were in vain. The man grabbed a hammer and was set to break the glass door. He struck it with force, but the hammer rebounded and smashed a $1 million decorative painting. After trying the password 100 times, he finally managed to open the door. He entered the room and shooed the dog out. He cut off the cloth under the sofa, smeared some ketchup on it, and then used tape to stick it onto the decorative painting. Looking at the repaired painting, he hoped the owner wouldn't notice. It took him an entire afternoon to tidy up the library, but this antique book had been damaged by the dog. To avoid detection, he hid the torn pages under the carpet. However, that bee was still lurking somewhere in the house.